Former FBI Director James Comey back on TV with his warning of what he thinks a second Trump term would look like. Watch.
When you think about a second Trump administration, what do you think the implications would be for the FBI?
Oh, serious, for the Justice Department and the FBI, because Trump is coming for those institutions. He knows their power, and I think he has regrets that he didn't work hard enough to corrupt them. I don't care how you feel about Joe Biden, you must vote for him because the consequences on the other side are too severe.
Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Joe, there was a whole lot in this interview that James Comey said, but what do you think about this warning that Donald Trump is coming for the FBI?
Oh, boy, Carly. Well, James Comey looked quite at home over there at MSNBC, right? Because he's as delusional as any other far-left lunatic over there at 30 Rock. Remember, this is the same, what's the word we're going to, clown who held that infamous press conference almost 8 years ago, July 2016, and said while Hillary Clinton basically broke every law when it came to the handling of classified documents during her time as Secretary of State, by keeping those classified documents on a private server in a bathroom, by the way, of an unsecured property, he wasn't going to charge her anyway. And since he was rightly fired by Donald Trump the following year, he's written 2 anti-Trump books. Showtime gave him a fawning fictional series, and now he's begging people to vote for Joe Biden to save democracy. That scent you smell is a smell of desperation, Carly, because Trump is leading on average in every swing state. He's in a dead heat in traditional states like Virginia and Minnesota. So James Comey, when he talks about saving democracy, you must vote for Joe Biden to save us from Donald Trump. He's talking about saving the party and the person who will continue to only weaponize the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ. I mean, you think about it. The FBI authorized the use of deadly force in the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid over what? Classified documents? I mean, that's the kind of third world stuff Comey wants to continue under a second Biden term. And that's why he's going on national TV to make a fool of himself by, again, you're the former FBI director. You were supposed to be apolitical in your job, and instead, here you are, a political hack just like everybody else. That probably got Trump more votes than anything else, that interview right there, Carly. Todd.
I think you nailed it. The only people who want the DOJ and FBI to continue as is are the deep state and the media enablers who benefit from that regime. The rest of us, the average American, the average voter, is sitting here saying, we don't want this weaponization against us, and it scares people. So I think your point is perfectly said. I want to get your thoughts on this. Joy Behar and Bill Maher got into a pretty heated exchange on The View about criticizing President Biden. Watch.
I'm nervous about saying anything against Biden because I feel, not that I have so much power, and you have some more than I do, obviously, but
I don't know about that.
Are you afraid that you might, influence people who are on the fence?
I think you lose all credibility. I do. I mean, my bond with my audience has always been I don't pull a punch.
Yeah.
My bond with my audience is you're not going to like everything I say, but I'm saying what I really think is true.
Good on Maher, but Joe, when it comes to Behar, we all know she acts as a Democratic operative from 11 to 12 every day on The View. But what do you make of the hubris to admit it so nonchalantly on national TV like she did? I think you're right. Maher completely nailed it in that answer. And I don't think Joy Behar realized how insulted she just was made as far as what Maher said, basically saying, I think it destroys your credibility when you just can't have the courage to criticize somebody that you support politically because you're afraid that, A, your audience will turn on you, or B, you may actually influence somebody not to vote for that person. I have a whole chapter on Bill Maher in my book that's coming out in July. And I say that he's basically the last stand as far as common sense in the Democratic Party. And I agree with Maher. I don't agree with everything that he says, but he isn't afraid to say it, even knowing that in Los Angeles, when he does his show, much of his audience, probably almost all of it, are Democrats, but he's going to say what he feels anyway, because that's what somebody with principles does. So while Bill Maher, yes, he's a Democrat. Yes, he'll vote for Joe Biden. Yes, he says a lot of stuff about Donald Trump that I don't agree with, but I appreciate his honesty and the fact that he stands up for what he believes in. And boy, MSNBC and The View could use more people like that, and CNN for that matter, instead of being afraid of their own audience about what they may think. If
oh my God, you actually criticize somebody that we support. So this has been a great book tour by Bill Maher overall with every interview that
he's
done.
An example of that is he did
including with Gutfeld.
Yeah, he did Gutfeld the night before. Then he went on The View. He's nothing if not authentic, even if you don't agree with everything that he says as a Republican. And that comment between him and Joy Behar were definitely two schools of political commentating.
Yep. One is the right school. The other one is school's out for summer. Joe Concha, thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.